So we've got a sick baby sheep this morning. Other sheep went out. We gave her a bit of metabolic, which is we hope will help with her health. And now it's just a bit of time to see what happens. I'm doing a little bit of roof repair on the cow / sheep shed. One of the biggest hurdles that I find with permaculture is the amount of work that it takes people man hours. Now, Bill Mollison famously said that work is the sign of bad design. So whenever you have to do work, the chances of your design being bad is there. So I always, whenever we do work, I think, how could this have been designed out? I don't have the answer always, but it is quite a nice thought experiment to think, how could this work have been designed out of the system? Our system is far from perfect, definitely so far from perfect, but it is improving daily, and the harvest is improving daily, and the abundance is improving daily. And so you see, there is a good guy and there is a bad guy. Such a worthwhile journey learning all of this, and so I don't think I'll ever be fully learned, but it is definitely worth the while. So at home a little bit today. Ben, show me your beans.
Beans.
And Ben has got some beans growing.
I don't want to open them.
There you go. You like them? And blessing to help me go with her math. I'm not great at it. You realize how much you've missed in school once you start helping your children, or how much you forgot from school once you start helping your children with their homework or their schoolwork. So while I was planning on checking on Ims and these two guys on the smiles, I decided to bring my classroom with me, the ladies and the kids, and we're gonna do some rubble pickup today. Okay, so this is my tribe today. There's 3 men, 2 ladies and 4 kids. We've been speaking to the municipality about cleaning up this story, and we couldn't get a date fixed, but we are glad to see that I started bringing in a bulldozer and started mixing all the things and taking it from there. There's a guy there bringing his mulch or his little things that he's getting from Manette and throwing it here on the rubbish. Eames is approaching him to see if he can't use that as mulch on Manette's house, because it's just around the corner here, which would be great. Eames has got 2 people working with him, so there's 3 people full-time basically on the smiles. Eames got some other work in the township that he needs to do. And those include the gardens and some mulch and making new plants, etc. But ideally, in a perfect world, once we've seen some difference in this area, then we can get this land from the municipality. There's some water connections on that side, and then we can have these people come and garden in this area here and provide food for themselves. There's a water source, there's water coming in, flooding every year, so we manage that, and then we turn all of this into food forest. In general, this is very dry. I'll see if I can add some Google footage, but this is normally like a desert area. We've been very blessed with the rains this year. That is why it looks like a green oasis. But you want to keep it as a green oasis. You want to keep it as a food production abundance facility. And not only grass. People struggle to eat grass. You want to have trees and things like that in here. But in order to do that, you need to fence it off to protect it from cattle and goats, etc. And maybe even some people that will take your trees and your things. That's not yet completely bought into the idea of a food forest. The problem with this versus a traditional African village is this is a village of 50,000 people with no headman or elders. There's no elders that can guide them, so there's only municipality and municipal rules. So it's basically a town. to get a town to work together is often much more difficult than to get a small group of people with a headman or an elder that will guide them. So that is quite a story and a difficult task. The children seems to do quite well with the picking up of the rubbish, holding the bags open here and there, and Manette is walking there with the child, helping her. So that helps, all of that helps a lot, obviously. You see how much rubbish we can pick up in an hour's time. I always say that the Namibians are more used to animal husbandry than they are to planting, but as we are working here and cleaning this area, you can clearly see this guy, whoever this is trying to plant. There's some beans there between the corn. This is mutete, it's like a local spinach, and there in the back there's also some beans and other living plants for food. Some pumpkins growing right next to the fence, right next to the house. Beans and pumpkins, and some more mutete there. So just to try and get the area clean and to get this productive, we definitely have a giant benefit. Just to see the triangle level is being used. The African smiles are starting to look like African smiles, not African squares anymore. So this looks grand to me. In Manette's house, the trees are looking well. I gave her some, I said to her she must take some compost tea there, give it to the tree. This mango, I don't know if it's because it's new growth or what, but it's a little bit yellow. The guava is doing fantastically. And there's the mulch that guy brought. And we've got water in the tanks, but it's not coming out. And the reason is because we dug the tanks in. It's as simple as that. I had a chance to lift the houses quite a bit, up quite a bit. I bought them some poles and extra things and things. And I didn't lift the houses up high enough, so we had to sink the tanks into the ground a little bit. Now there is water in the tanks, so worst case scenario they can harvest that. Otherwise we'll have one or two showers of rain, then the water will be high enough. Morning to get out of the tap. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it got two chairs that we got from Cornell's scrap heap. Johannes fixed it for her, and she brought it home, so now she's got a couple of nice chairs that she can use. So this is the peppermint tea gift. Let me just show them quickly, that we made about 3 days ago. The plants have been laying in it. We made a fire to cook it. It was at a boiling point at some stage, and so it's actually still nice and hot. That might be because of the composting, I'm not sure. It's nasty. Okay. Put it in for the tea. Put it in there. It might be because of the sun burning it all day, but the water is nice and warm. Bath temperature almost. Let it fall and then watch your legs, watch your legs. Okay. Yeah, now we made some troubles. Okay, pick it up. Okay, so we're spilling minty. I think this was too fast. Okay, put that around the trees fast, please. And this, all of this can go around the tree. This is smelling. Now it's smelling very minty. Okay, put it around the tree. And then we can put the rest out as well. So this is in a bid to try and get the termites stop the termites from eating these plants. Somebody mentioned that termites don't like water that much, and it is true. Termites don't like water that much. So we can also maybe put some soil here before we put the rest of the water. Put some soil here so the rest of the water doesn't wash out, and then put the water again there. But we can put the plants everywhere. Quail. I think this is going to give it a boost. See what effect this has on it. See, this one has been eaten off. This one has been eaten off. The couple that's still strong. I don't know. Leave it, maybe it will live. Maybe it will live. Okay. Just bringing the shovel, we're gonna make a bigger berm there and then put the rest of the water in. We made a mistake by moving it too fast. I wanted to hold the camera, so instead of helping him, I had him throw it over. It would have been much better if we took buckets at a time. Just added water constantly. So you learn. I think I should make another batch of peppermint tea. We still have peppermint, or mint. So we still have mint, we can make another batch of tea. I think we're gonna do that. So Ben came to me yesterday morning, Sunday morning, and he said to me, "Come Dad, come look out my croissants." That's what he's calling his quails. So whenever he talks about his quails, he's talking about his croissants. Freaking fancy French quails, I think. Croissant. I don't know where he gets the name, but he decided these things are not quails. They are not kwartels, which is our Afrikaans name, kwartel. Kwartel means a quarter, or it's got the same root word as a quarter. So that's quite cool, the quarter of a chicken. I think that's probably where it came from, or quarter of a real bird, a quail, a quarter. So we call them a quarter. But in any case, they give loads and loads of happiness to the family. Kids sit in here all day looking at them. I told them they're not allowed to touch them for the first while. I'm sure they do it sneaky Russian way. In Venice, especially a sneaky Russian when it comes to things like that. But mostly they don't touch them. Anyway, that is going to be the end of my story. Sun is just about to set, and that's going to be the end of my story. See you tomorrow. Watch another video. That really helps. Ciao.